Howdy, and welcome to Outside In, the podcast that talks to the thought leaders that are shaping the world of business and legal process outsourcing. I'm your host, Brad Burgess, a 20-year marketing veteran of the process outsourcing world. In today's episode, we are discussing how smart lockers are changing how business centers deliver mail and packages to end users. Our guest, Brian McManus, is an operations manager with IST and has extensive knowledge in implementing and managing smart locker solutions. Brian, welcome to the Outside In podcast. Where are you joining us from today?
Thank you. Here in Orlando, Florida.
Excellent. I bet it's quite steamy and humid.
Hey, we got a nice rainy day, but glad to be here.
Excellent. So today we brought you on the podcast to talk about smart lockers, and I think the first thing we need to ask is, what is a smart locker?
So a smart locker is a package distribution system. We're seeing more and more in a variety of settings. And basically, instead of delivery direct to your door or to your hands, packages are placed in lockers, and you're able to go retrieve them at your own convenience whenever you want.
Awesome. So what are some of the benefits to the smart locker system versus that traditional business mail center system where people were coming on site or coming into that mail center, or people were delivering directly to individuals?
So I think the biggest advantage is our convenience and security. It really allows end users and customers to pick up their packages completely on their time. In a traditional mailroom setting, we might be there from 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever the business hours are. And that's when people can pick up their packages. And this allows them to come in whenever they want. Middle of the night, early in the morning, it's really completely up to them. And we see that happens. A lot of people that choose to pick up packages after working hours. We see big spikes between 8 and 10 p.m. The security is another great advantage. Instead of packages that might get left at your front door when you're not home, and you're worried about if your neighbor can pick it up or whatever the case may be, this allows the packages to be delivered somewhere secure, and it's waiting there whenever you can get to it.
So let's dive a little deeper into the security there. So you talked about how obviously it's a secure location. It's not left at a person's desk or at a random location, but how does that smart locker know it's giving the package to the right person?
So the databases are built. All the customers that are going to utilize the lockers are entered into a database, and when that package is placed in the locker, who's ever placing it there tells the locker who it's for. The locker system typically sends a unique code or password to the end user, and then when they get to the locker, they put that code in. We've seen some applications in higher education where they're actually able to scan their student IDs with a barcode. Some businesses are doing that well with ID badges. And there's also cameras typically on these. So if someone were, in the rare event that someone might get a hold of your phone and show up and take your package, we're going to have pretty good footage of who that is. And it's just a very secure system.
Oh, no, that's awesome. So obviously you've had a lot of experience in implementing these systems, and it's a change for people that are used to having packages delivered directly to them or going and having that interaction. So what are some of those obstacles you've encountered when implementing and then getting buy-in from end users?
I think the biggest thing is just educating them on the advantages, and really, in my experience, it's all been positive feedback. I don't think we've encountered anywhere where we got much, if any, resistance. People tend to really, really like the system.
Well, it is 2021. I mean, we definitely don't like human interaction, so that's definitely helps in that world.
Correct. Everything is more automated, and this just makes sense in today's environment.
So what type of organizations do you think are best suited for this type of solution?
I think it could be applied almost anywhere. We're seeing it pop up in apartment complexes, higher education. We've seen a lot of any businesses where people are operating more outside of the traditional office hours. They're really advantageous too. And we're even seeing sometimes they also have refrigerated lockers. So we're seeing people using these to have perishable supplies or food dropped off. I've even seen an application once where instead of going to the 7-Eleven, you can actually stock a store behind the lockers. Who's ever in the building, or if it's a school or whatever the application may be, puts in an order for that. There's a person back there and they pop that order in the locker and you can go down and pick it up within 5 to 10 minutes, avoid going to the store. So the applications really are endless, and it's really cool to see where it's going.
Yeah, and talking about where it's going, you kind of started to talk on that a little bit more, but what are some of those things you're hoping to see it change and update in the next 3 to 5 years to keep this solution working for organizations?
I mean, I think the perishables is great. As we've seen during the pandemic, with contactless delivery, people ordering takeout, more and more people ordering or utilizing delivery services for food. The trend of avoiding brick and mortar stores, more in favor of services like Amazon and delivery services. So I just think as that expands, the locker use is going to expand right along with it. I've seen lockers even at gas stations. You know, it's just, it seems to be the new trend, and the safest and most convenient way to really get anything you want delivered.
On the operations sides, the people that are managing this, one, has it allowed them to be more efficient with their job and managing these business centers?
Absolutely. We save a lot of time uh, with packages that we may not be able to deliver the first time, going back and repeated attempts. Now they're in the locker, and that person can pick it up whenever they want. The reporting on these is really impressive as well. So we're really able to pinpoint in on how and what our customers are doing and how to best serve them.
Excellent. How do you communicate with the customers that they now have packages and what lockers it's in and everything?
So the locker systems typically send automatic updates. It can go to email or phone. Most people prefer text is what we're seeing. And right now, IST actually can integrate with the locker system as well. So our mail sort package track can send those alerts also.
Excellent. Well, that's all the questions I have on it. Is there anything else you think I didn't ask that we need to know about smart lockers?
No, I think we're good. I would just say that, you know, I really enjoy getting these systems out there, and it's been really great to see the positive effect that they can have for our customers, and just the different applications. It was great being here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian, and have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thanks.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Outside In, your source for all the latest happenings in the world of business and legal process outsourcing. I want to thank Brian McManus for taking time out of his busy day to talk to us about how the smart locker systems are changing mail centers. To learn more about how ISC can help you, go to iscmanagement.com. And if you like what you heard and you want to learn more about the latest trends in business and legal process outsourcing, please subscribe to the podcast.